What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we'll be talking about some of the best investments you can make on FC25. Obviously we haven't got the game yet, so we don't know the actual market situation, and I'm actually recording this before the weekend for the game, so we don't even know what the current team of the week is. Obviously you can kind of figure out one of the investments now, but I'll show you everything that happened with cards last year on FIFA, and most of the time the market is pretty similar to the previous year, especially since we transitioned now into the FC25, and I'd expect similar things to happen in this game. Obviously, everything is subject to change though. With EA, they can change anything at any moment. But I would think quite a few of these things will work on FC25. So let's hop right into the video. Firstly, make sure you join our free trading Discord, guys. Link is in the description for that. If you subscribe to my Twitch channel as well, you get 7 days free Patreon, which gives you access to every single trade I make. Here's some from the last FIFA. I try and post like 10 a day or so there. Of course, make sure you follow the Twitch channel. We'll be live every single day. I will be live during the entire release of the full game. And follow the Twitter too, as we do weekly giveaways to win 1 month free Patreon. All you have to do is like, retweet, follow, and join the Discord. And we also do have a weekly Discord giveaway, where all you have to do is click this button every single week, and you can be one of these 7 people and win 7 days free Patreon access too. And not to forget, we do have free tips posted by other traders too, and I'll start posting some soon myself, as well as always notifying you guys of any compensation that occurs. That's something we're very, very good at. Whenever there's compensation, we tell you guys straight away. 638, we tell people about the sour thing. Loads, we tell people about the messy thing as well. And the bugged out league unread rewards, if you remember all of those. So yeah, join the Discord, and honestly, you won't miss out on compensation. That's the main thing we specialize in, and we of course post that for free for everyone. If you want to join the Patreon as well, here is the link for that. That's all in the description though if you're interested. Now, let's hop into Footbin and we'll show you what happened last year, for example, with Team of the Week 1. I have talked about Team of the Week 1 briefly in another video. Giving slightly different direction on that though, but some of these cards will be discard price, right? The first investment people will want to make is fodder. People are obsessed with fodder. They love fodder more than they love their families, I'm sure of it, and I don't know why, and I hate fodder. What you're looking for at the start of the game is fast cards, because most cards are very slow or have low pace, but fast cards and cards are usable. Sorry, people like Moffy, things like this, right? So an investment you could make is in a card like Aldosari. As you can see here, he was min price, right? You can see this card actually up to March, all the way up to 80k, which is kind of crazy to be honest. He got to 70k here as well. Realistically, if you make a team full of discard team of the weeks, there's nothing wrong with that because they can't go any lower. And you know eventually team of the weeks will be required and go up. Maybe that'd be something I'll look into this year, to try and make a full team of the weeks one day. And once they do rise like this in October, November, December, just like they always do, I'll start selling off my team. That could be a good investment, or a bad place to dump all my coins. Who actually knows. Sorry, but that's because Aldosari was very good, 4-star, 5-star, and obviously very usable. No playstyle though. Moffy, as you can see here, he had the same similar rise. You can see he was just straight fodder though, as you can see, right? He had no real demand at the start, and then just crept up because once he was out of packs, cards do rise because people do use them, and Team of the Week 1 does typically have low supply. So that is an investment you can make. Obviously, this is a fodder investment, so I'm not too sure you want to be making that because obviously it's a long way. There's loads of other fodder too. I'm sure other cards like John Stones. Let's have a look. His price at the start. He was actually 4k. He went down. So you can see like the fodder is not really the play because it does go down and then it does rise. It's like a waiting game. But I do remember something that happened last year. And this is something called price range changes. And EA are infamous for messing this stuff up. This is a very, very good trade and obviously we made a lot of very good trades. No, it was not the card I was looking for, sorry, it's Courtois. So Courtois obviously plays for, was it Courtois? Allison, sorry, I've got the wrong players. Allison was stuck at min price. So this happened with a lot of goalkeepers. For some reason at the start of last year, they had very, very weird price ranges of 200k. So a lot of people, anyone who packed these cards, they couldn't sell them because obviously who's going to buy the card for 200k because no one wants a goalie for that much and they're not worth that much. Then eventually EA will randomly change the price range of all the goalies or all the cards with messed up price ranges. I have no doubt there'll be messed up price ranges again, and this is a very, very good thing. Once they change the price range, the cards normally drop for like 2 to 3 hours and hit a low point. Sometimes they dip really hard in the first hour though at the start of the game. And you can see here, He was 38k, eventually rebounded in a few days to 55k, which is about where he belongs as a Prem goalie. But you can see on Friday, once they changed the price range, I remember picking him up on bid for 32, 33k. Some I was trying to even get for 28k. I remember I couldn't win them. And in just a few days, he's at 55k. So that's an insane return of almost a 2x on your investment, right? If you're getting it for just under 30k. So price range changes is something which people often do forget about. It happens all the time, and it's honestly one of the easiest coins you can ever make because the card corrects to its correct value and then will only normally steadily rise as long as it has demand. You can look at other cards on the game. For example, you have Hansen from last year. These are harder cards to buy because you simply can't get on the game early enough, but Hansen was a new card last year. She obviously had a lot of hype because people want to try out the new things, right? So look how high she got. She got up to 920k, but on the first few days, she's only, I mean, if you could actually get her this early, it would be incredible. But look, 420k just on Saturday, and she's flown, right? Clearly, people start to realize how good she was. This year as well, I don't know if you guys have seen, Hansen is actually 5-star, 5-star. That's basically like a new card, and it's going to create as much hype, in my opinion. A card I'll be looking at in FC25, which will probably give me Hansen kind of vibes, is normally the new cards, right? New cards have hype, and here's another one, Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale is probably the most hyped new card coming this year, I would imagine. A lot of people's favorite player in real life. A lot of Real Madrid fans who love him, kind of. And obviously a lot of Tottenham fans who love him too. So expect Gareth Bale to have a similar type of graph to that. And another card that also had a very good rise. I do remember actually telling someone to invest in this card, Puteus. I remember this very, very well. If you can get onto the game early, yeah. So she was 529k on the Friday. You can see here, look, everything dropped. She was 800k on the Thursday, and then pre-order packs came in, and she went to 520k. And then guess what happens on Friday onwards? People actually can add unlimited amount of FIFA points and build their teams. The pros, for example, right? She was 5-star, 5-star, right? And you can see a new card, 529k on Friday. By Monday, she's literally doubled in price. I would expect similar things to happen with new cards like that. Another one from the new game which people might like is probably Eden Hazard. I don't know how good he'll be in game, but of course it's Eden Hazard, and he's another fan favorite. People will want to try him out. All depends on his skill moves on weak foot and how he comes out at. So you can see some of these women's cards, people didn't understand the pricing of women's cards or how valuable they were. Maybe they were much more undervalued than some of these icons were because people don't really know who Puteus was over at this time last year, but now everyone knows how good a card it is. So I wouldn't expect this crazy rise on the women's cards, but on some of the new cards, well, again, I probably wouldn't expect it. Maybe on some of the new women's heroes cards or icons cards people don't know about, maybe you can see some good rises there because obviously people don't really know, including myself. But something I want to point out this year is something which actually I've just tweeted about. We obviously have goalkeeper playstyles this year. Some goalkeepers have some very good playstyles. I don't know how good ping pass is going to be for Neuer, but he has ping pass on his card now. So that's obviously it's an outfield playstyle for a goalkeeper, right? But one of the main ones, and maybe the most useful one, is probably Edison. We know how OP long ball pass was in FC24. Long ball pass on a goalkeeper could be, I mean, it sounds like it could be game breaking, really, right? It also has base ping pass too, you can see here. So Edison, well, a lot of people often always opt for Allison, and I've always preferred Edison, I think because of the kicking. This year, he might be undervalued at the start, or maybe even overvalued. I can't tell you for sure because I don't know how the market's going to look. But I would expect people want to try out Edison, or a few pros will cook up a few long ball passes with him, and they'll be like, "This is broken. He's too good," right? So the whole thing about trading and investing, and the best investment to make are finding the meta really quick. Watch the pros, guys. Find out what pros are using. Find out what Gorilla's saying. Find out what their teams are looking like, what players they're using, right? Find out which cards they are saying are broken, because these cards they say are broken will climb very fast in the first few days. If I take you back to FIFA 23, we'll look at Haaland, right? People said Haaland was broken this year for the first time, right? Look at the rise on this card. You're seeing a card that was 30, 45k, 54k. Back then, we never really saw a card this clunky rise this much, right? And look, the guy was 400k within the space of 2 weeks. Under 2 weeks. So the meta is the most important thing. You need to try and find out the meta. And if you're going to invest in cards that aren't new cards or have some unique demand, then make sure you invest in the meta because, sorry, I don't know why I already said that, but the meta is where the money is going to be at because people don't like to think for themselves. They like to copy the pros. And honestly, you can see these type of rises. Again, I haven't really mentioned this on the Team League 1, but there are often some Team League 1 cards which do rise really, really well at packs. As for example, Lamptey. I did make a tweet about this actually. There was a complete lack of good left backs in the Premier in last year. And you can see here, this Lamptey card, he went from 35k to like 98k in a week. There was a lack of good Prem left backs. There's maybe a few more good ones this year, but that high pace, people needed him. And also he's a special card. And once the supply stops, the demand clearly showed. He did fall off after that in price. But yeah, here's the full graph. You can see. So you can trade these very, very early. And honestly, at the start, I think people are always scared to buy cards because they think, oh, I'm too late. Sometimes you can FOMO into these, but as you can see, Lamptey did well, but other cards like Doku and Mkhitaryan, they did not do quite as well. I guess because people didn't have the coins and like, they really, it's crazy when you think about that. Doku was cheaper than Lamptey in a few days, right? But you have an abundance of attacking options and there's not as many good elite defensive options. So those are things like that. Basically, as I keep saying over and over again, you're trying to work towards the meta. The meta of the cards, if you want to invest in, are the ones you go for. Don't forget that a lot of gold cards do decline as well. So like the Van der Vens and all these other cards, right? LaCroix is going to be the biggest trap this year. Don't invest in LaCroix for a long term. Mickey Van der Ven's higher rated this year, but you can see, look, he falls like that, right? I don't even know if LaCroix rose last year, but LaCroix is now in the Prem. So expect to see him at a similar starting price. And yeah, here you can see, right? This is he'll be like 10k probably this year because he's in the Premier League. Expect to see that. Expect to see a flat line of min price. So those are some things to be aware of and to stay away. But yeah, Team of the Week 1 is a good place to look. Gold cards for out of packs is a risky one. You can take a look though. Sometimes it can be overinvested, but you can always trade these in the hype. Another one which I haven't talked about is Silver Stars. Silver Stars didn't come last year, I believe. And I think it was there the year before. But guess what? People will trade the OP Silvers. And you can trade them in the hype at least. You don't have to hold on to them until Wednesday or when people confirm there's no future stars. But you can make some good trades of these because you can work on the hype. For example, these are the only 2 cards with Quick Step Plus in silvers. So you already know they're going to have demand. They're not going to fit Evos, but someone's going to randomly say, hey, they're going to fit an Evo one day. Or they're going to say, have you got your Silver Star Beast? And then Silver Star, I mean, if it comes, they go to the moon. But like, I wouldn't even risk that. But you can trade things. Can you see how mine is working? There's always things you can trade even in the hype, which means in the hype means you sell before it even comes out. Before the game mode comes out, you sell and you're done, all right? So you're basically trading people anticipation and you're being safe by selling before. Even if you have to take a loss before, you just take the loss, all right, guys? That is some trading tips. There'll be more coming every single day for you guys. Once the game comes out, honestly, we'll be flooding you guys with trading tips. It's just a bit hard now because we're working with what we had in the past. But yeah, if you like these kind of trading tips and advice, make sure you follow my Twitter, guys. Enter the weekly Discord giveaway. Follow the Twitch, of course. That's where you'll see everything I do on the stream. We'll be live a lot during the first few weeks of the game. And of course, if you like these kind of tips and you want to see more from me, join the Patreon and join the free trading Discord as you will gain some good access to some compensation, advice, and all these other things too. But yeah, a long year ahead, a lot of fun trading to come our way, a lot of coins to come. We're going to try and break our goal of 45 million this year. I think it should be pretty easy, honestly, based on how good we are these days. And once you get over the 5-10 mil barrier mark, it's really not hard to get to 20 mil, 30 mil, 40 mil. So yeah, lots of coins to be made. Don't worry if you're struggling, we're here to help. Even I will make mistakes in the first few months as well, but that's okay. The most important thing is to not give up, pick yourself up, and we'll go again next time, alright? Hopefully you learned some things from this video. If not, no worries, but thank you for watching either way if you're still here. And yeah, make sure you follow the Twitch, guys. That's where you're going to get the best advice live, and you can ask any question you want, and I'll try my best to answer, alright? Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.